So, as you may or may
And
not
look,
know,
I mean,
COP21 or the Paris
I have
Climate
respect for
Conference
her
is
as a
coming
politician.
along soon.
I mean, it certainly wasn't
And,
easy to become
it's about
the
time.
first female president in
the
what is
story
a
now
largely
about
conservative country such as Ireland.
Beijing is on its
But-
first red smoke alert, so yeah, I would say
I
this
don't
is very
think
called
she
for.
believes what she's saying. I hope
But
she doesn't,
There's
because
if you
either she doesn't or she's just the sort of feminism
I mean,
that knows you on the internet.
you
not
choose.
irrational
This is the same as
unquote.
with
One
many
is
politicians on the
restricted
extreme
to the
end of
internet.
spectrum. Sometimes you're
Well,
not sure
buckle
whether
up,
they're
because
lying or they're stupid.
Mary Robinson, the former
You're not
UN
sure
Human
which is
Rights
worse.
chief and
And
Ireland's
in this case,
first
I'm going to
female
say
president,
it's actually better if she's
very
lying.
talented woman, very very good
because
politician,
If she's not lying, then
very good person, very skilled
I
at her
would
job.
call her stupid,
certainly.
but
Worked very hard.
I mean,
Come on.
said
Really?
in an interview with the Guardian, yes. This is a very male world, and she's speaking about the conference. When it is a male world, you have male priorities. If you don't have women here, how can you say this is about people? Let me think. Oh yes, men are people too. That seems to have escaped you. Now, looking through the whole thing about male priorities, which are, yes, you can't, come on, you can't tell me now that, please don't try to make a case how sexism can only be one way, because you have very male priorities. Please don't tell me that's not sexist. Okay, so further on she said, we have to humanize this. We need to send a strong message that this is about people. We need to have legal text on human rights and gender equality. Oh, look, of course I support gender equality, and of course I think that is it suggestive of a systemic bias that the conference will be male dominated? Yeah, it might be. And should you try to resolve that? Yes, you should. But is that more important than the conference? No. So, she went on to say, women in developing countries are among the most vulnerable to climate change. Now, look, do I think that's true? Well, they're certainly vulnerable, but I would say that they're as vulnerable as men. I mean, why would women be more vulnerable to dying of thirst than men? I mean, look, yeah. So, moving on. There is a tendency to think that this is not a place for women, and we have to resist that. I have heard women here saying they feel strange to be here. Women have to be here in large numbers to have critical mass. Okay, look, again, do I think that perhaps it might be suggestive of a systemic bias that there are few women there? It might be, but okay, just there is a tendency to think that this is not a safe place for women. Why? I mean, why does she have to tribalize this? Why does she have to make this a them and us situation? I have heard women here saying they feel strange to be here. Yeah, okay, I'm not saying women shouldn't be there in particular. Of course, I'm not saying that, but okay, if you're there and you feel like you shouldn't be there, maybe you shouldn't be there. I don't know, okay? And look, alright, we have to be here in large numbers. We have to have critical mass. Okay, look, once again, I don't know the situation well enough to tell you that there isn't a systemic bias, but come on. Even if there was, just come on. We have to be here in critical mass, so what do you want? You want quotas? You want there to be 50% men and 50% women? But that's ridiculous. Then you're being discriminatory towards men if you tell them that that you can make up more than half the people here, even if you work harder than the women applying for the same jobs. This is awful. I mean, her primary concern might not be that bad an idea, but okay, Let me read you how the interview develops. Climate change is affecting the most vulnerable people around the world, and they are not the cause of it. This is at the heart of the future for all women, for all people.
Yeah, okay, I suppose she's sort of
Yeah,
right
okay, I
there.
suppose she's sort of right. The
there.
vulnerable people really did nothing to cause climate change, and now they're suffering for it. Yeah, I agree with her on that, but why does she have to say it in that way that makes it sound like I hope it's not her opinion. I think it's not her opinion. She seems like a very smart person, but I don't know. It just seems the way she's saying it, like she's implying that even when she says for all women, for all people. Well, okay, first of all, she's admitting that women come before people, because that's literally how she says it. And second of all, don't tell me she's not only concerned for women. It's obvious she is. She her entire point is that no, the women are completely innocent of this. Which, I mean, there are women CEOs, to be frank, and they do contribute to climate change. So, just to say no, women are not responsible, you're being sort of sexist there. But for toward women, I mean, and of course she's being sexist towards men. But I mean, moving on, she makes it sound like the women really are the only ones that matter. Like the men are at fault. Her point is we can generalize, and now I'm going to generalize. Her point is no. You see, the men, they're guilty. The women, we have to save them because they're all innocent by definition.